Hi there, folks. How's everybody doing this evening?
Good.
Welcome to another crazy, fun, and stimulating episode of the original Drink and Draw Social Club.
Yeah.
Yeah, stimulating it is.
Got the fanfare.
One of these days I'm going to do the Kermit the Frog wave around like the Muppet Show, but tonight's not the night, folks. Maybe when we do a Muppet episode. But tonight we're doing a Pulp Fiction episode, maybe.
Yeah, Jeff was pretty happy about that. I got a phone call today, all excited.
I do like that movie. I mean, Pulp Fiction was a game changer back in the day.
It really was. There's so many great characters. It's really kind of hard to pick any two, but we did.
So what would you say? Did it, it really revitalized Travolta's career. Do you think it did the same for Bruce Willis, or was he already kind of?
The Bruce?
Yeah.
I think it gave Bruce Willis a door into doing different things than what he had been doing. But yeah, he definitely seemed to be, what he had done the Die Hard movies and was the voice of the baby and Look Who's Talking. Yeah. And what else had Bruce Willis done for a few years?
No,
he was moonlighting.
Look Who's Talking is Bruce. Is that Bruce Willis? I thought that was actually Travolta.
No, that's Bruce Willis.
Oh.
I think.
The voice of the baby is Bruce Willis.
Oh.
Yeah. Travolta's in the film.
That Travolta's in it. That's great. He reunited in this film.
It was a good.
Movie. Joe, did you see Pulp Fiction?
Never heard of it.
It's a great movie.
It's pretty good. There's some good dancing in it.
Yeah, if you like dancing, and I know you do.
I figure with Travolta in it, there's got to be dancing, right?
Yeah,
it's got to be some dancing.
Yeah,
I think he even does a little bit of dancing in what's that? Battlefield Earth.
No.
He does a little bit of dancing in there, I'm sure.
He does when they win the battle. He does a little ditty on the field.
You saw Battlefield Earth?
I saw that in the theater.
Did you really?
Have you seen it, Joe? Joe, have you seen it?
No.
Neither have I. So
I read the books. Did you guys read the books?
No, I read Dianetics a couple times, but
you did not
read that one. I actually bought Dianetics when I was a kid. I kept
did it help?
Well, no, I kept having to refer to the commercial. I'm like, what was my problem again? Because I knew it was a certain age. I had the reference.
Which symptom do I have?
Yeah, I'm like, oh God, where? I know the answer is here somewhere. It's on page whatever, and then
I could tell you.
I remember seeing the commercials over and over and over, and not having a clue as to what it was.
Yeah,
they played the commercials during like the He-Man cartoons when I was a kid.
That guy who made those commercials, who was the marketing guy for L. Ron Hubbard's Scientology, that guy is now defected from Scientology.
Yeah, on the Lisa Remy show.
Yeah, I'm watching that. I watched The Vow. I have one more episode to go tonight.
So you're in full-on cult mode. Is that what's happening?
I love cults. I think they're awesome.
Dan's looking for one.
Yeah, I'm looking to join. I'm like,
good cult. Just let Dan know.
Yeah, Nixium or whatever that one, Nixium, that's almost out. I think it's falling apart. So,
you think?
Yeah. Do you want me to tell you another bit of my history that you probably won't believe?
Oh God, what is it, Jeff?
All right.
Seriously.
So the whole real dad thing, right?
Your real father?
My real father apparently had a flock that he took from Nazarene church to Nazarene church, trying to convince them that he was a new prophet and how they were getting their canon wrong.
I believe that.
Did that for years. Yeah. So actually had a cult.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Those your dogs?
That's our fanfare. That's our canned laughter and fanfare.
The coyotes,
wild hounds.
In my case, coyotes. Yeah. So, Joe, you were saying you're not fond of the Urban Barbarian nickname that's tried and true, but what do you think about my actual middle name, Duke? And then I just go by that from now on.
It's passable simply because well, first of all, we need proof that it's actually your real name. Yeah.
I have to see the birth certificate.
When
you're long form birth certificate.
When you lie as much as you do, Dan, this is what happened.
Yeah, I can see that. I get it.
You should teach your son this lesson too, so that he doesn't grow up to be a liar like you are.
So the irony is Dan is the boy who cried wolf.
Uh-huh.
Well, he's the boy who cried Duke or Barbarian a lot.
Yeah. But if it is indeed your middle name, we'll accept that.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
You know, oh, you don't look anything like a Duke because you're not cool enough to be a Duke or a dog.
What about David Duke?
When I was a kid, I didn't like the middle name Duke because I did think it was the name of a dog, and I wanted to always change it to like Chris or Steve when I got older.
I will say I've known more dogs named Duke than I have humans.
Do you remember when we came up? We were. God, it had to be like in our late 20s, and we were trying to come up with the coolest baby names for our possible children.
I have those written down somewhere.
Yeah, I remember Gilgamesh Thane Johnson.
Yeah, that was a great one. And then who's the other? Who's that writer who came up with Green Lantern? Something Fox.
Conrad Fox.
What?
Conrad Fox.
Yeah, yours was Conrad Fox.
Conrad Fox. That's the one I liked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Gilgamesh Thane, that's a kid with a destiny right there. I mean, that's a heavy name to live up to.
Yeah.
It's the quarterback for the Buccaneers when they won the Super Bowl. Brad Johnson is named his firstborn son Maximus. So that child is going through life, Maximus Johnson.
Wow.
Oh,
you know what? I have a nephew, and his name is Max. It's with 2 X's, and
he's like a maximum max.
Yeah, he's double Max.
Double Max. That's impressive.
Not triple X Max.
Yeah.
It's Gardner Fox, not
Gardner
Conrad.
Fox. Yeah. Since we are going to ostensibly be doing a show about Pulp Fiction, I downloaded some questions. Maybe talk about it. You guys feel like having a trivia kind of episode where I just sort of throw stuff out and draw, and we talk about Pulp Fiction? Maybe other Tarantino films?
Should I text Dave some of the questions and see if he can answer them?
I think Dave he's super busy, right?
Dave's got deadlines.
I mentioned that Dave was not here for this.
We're all pencils down, including Ben.
That's it.
I've been just living off the land. What I've been doing is gardening a lot. So
I like gardening.
Have you?
It's very tranquil.
yeah,
all my tomatoes died.
Huh?
We had a freeze. All my tomato plants are dead.
Oh,
Move back here, Jeff.
very sad. You know, you could have.
Right? I could have, but except it's cold here now, Ben.
I see.
So Dave is busy. Dave has deadlines. He's not going to be able to make it. That's to answer the question.
No Dave postcards today.
But Dave wouldn't have
I have a
answered your
postcard that I was working on that I might finish and I might not.
When bronze and jade fill your hall, their possessor cannot keep them safe.
Do you ever read the Tao Te Ching?
A couple times.
Yeah. Exactly.
Funny you should ask.
All right.
So, is anyone drawing?
Hey, when's the last time you've asked Dan, have you read X, Y, and Z? And Dan's actually said, oh, yeah.
That's a good question.
That is a good question.
He does not strike me as the reading kind.
Here's what I have been reading. So, Illustrators magazine has a nice John Travolta.
Yeah, but that's not Pulp Fiction.
But it is Travolta, and there's lots of great Mort Drucker in here that I'll be.
Good for his inspiration.
Yeah.
Would you say that Mort Drucker is probably the main guy you go to inspirationally for likenesses and whatnot?
I don't know. I honestly don't study it that much, but I must have studied it quite a bit when I was a kid because I love that line work, that squiggly line of his, and I like squigglies, Jeff.
I don't blame you. Well, you also have a way to exaggerate. You're good at picking out the character in the Hirschfeld system of picking out the characteristics of the character, exaggerating those to make it look like that person, even though that drawing is not realistic in any way.
Yeah, in this case, you have to go his lips on Travolta.
Not the chin dimple.
Yeah, he definitely has a good.
He's got that
chin.
huge chin, that's for sure.
He's got a gigantic dimple in his chin. He's got the butt chin, to where it's like.
There's my Pulp Fiction.
I see that.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what scene are you doing? Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
This is after they got shot at, and
A miracle took place.
yeah,
An
Jules is convinced that a miracle happened.
Mhm. That's right before my favorite scene.
Which is?
I think I shot Marvin in the face.
that is a great scene. The Mr. Wolf scene. Oh, so good.
Joe, what's your favorite part of Pulp Fiction?
The fact that I'm not drawing it today.
Ah,
Yeah, Joe, you decided to do another one of the Tarantino movies, right?
Yeah, I'm going to do a little Kill Bill thing.
Why after I specifically said let's draw Pulp Fiction, and you even said, Dan, it's your show, pick what you want, and then you blatantly, if I was the editor-in-chief of Marvel and that happened, there'd be hell to pay.
Would there be consequences?
But you're not.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason I'm not, obviously.
Right. You're not. And yeah, so that's all I got to say about that. So,
Was I ever up, like when you were being considered for, were there ever rumors or talk about possibly having me step in?
no.
Okay, just checking.
Is that? I mean, that would have been really fun though. It's like, hey Dan, out of the blue, you might not have known this, but your name's on the short list.
Yeah.
You know what? There was a crazy a job headhunter once that was trying to fill a position at Hasbro, and for a little bit I was going to be the Hasbro main art director, and I was like, how on earth? Like who? The only experience I have is
stuff, right?
I was just amazed. I was like, all right, I'm going to go with this though.
Again, I do not believe you.
Happened.
I believe that happened.
I
I
don't
think
believe
I told you about it, Jeff. At the time, you were probably like, "What the?"
crazy talk.
it.
Yeah.
Jeff, what are you working on this evening?
I am drawing a Pulp. Strangely enough, I'm drawing Pulp Fiction.
Oh,
Thank you.
I'm drawing Bruce Willis and his girlfriend on a motorcycle.
it's a chopper.
Yeah, it's a chopper, baby. And
What's the name of that chopper?
it's Grace
There you go.
something.
Grace.
Yeah.
Do you remember Steve Jones was convinced that you were?
Haven't you?
I've seen
what?
this movie a lot, yes.
I say Ben seen this movie, seen Pulp Fiction a lot.
Is
Pulp Fiction,
where does Pulp Fiction fall? Hey Ben, so out of the Tarantino movies, where is Pulp Fiction in the hierarchy?
I think it's his most complete movie.
Is it your favorite?
Do you consider True Romance Tarantino?
Yes.
Oh, now we're talking.
Right. I mean, great
Now-
movie, but he just wrote the screenplay. So
His screenplay, he didn't.
Yeah. True Romance is great.
Yeah, it's outstanding.
Yeah, it's a great love story.
But so if you throw that one in the mix, it's probably my favorite. But Pulp Fiction is pretty quality. I think he consistently has gone downhill since Pulp Fiction.
Did you not like Django?
Django was fine. It was a little trite to me, and a lot of
Well, you're a little bit trite.
yeah.
I
I don't even know.
I get really angry.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Ben, what'd you think about Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
I enjoyed it. There were parts of it that were better than others altogether. But all in all, I thought it was a good film.
I loved it. If anyone wanted to know.
I know that I might be a little late to this party, but I just saw Inglourious Bastards yesterday.
Yeah, that's a great film. Yeah, I did enjoy that one. Christoph Waltz, really kind of Tarantino's so great at, giving characters just life.
Yeah.
And Brad Pitt's character in that film, it's kind of like Marcellus Wallace in Pulp Fiction, clearly has all this, backstory going on, but it's never explained at all. There's all these things that you're like, well, what the hell is that thing around his neck?
Right.
Why does he have that scar? Obviously it's there for a reason, and Tarantino will sit there in the interviews and say, yeah, I know the whole, backstory on this guy. He's got this like Tolkien universe going on in his head, but it's never shared with the audience. And, there's something neat about that.
Well, I mean, I think it's shared with the audience, but in subtext, like that, all that stuff comes out in making a really fully formed character in a fully formed world.
What do you mean?
Well, in the same way, did you ever read any interviews with James Cameron?
No.
So he would shoot a lot of stuff and write a lot of stuff that wound up not being in the film, so that the actors had basically the memory of it, so that the stuff that they did film, there was that subconscious subtext.
Are you making this up?
I'm not Dan. I'm not you.
Probably not a lot of extra work.
I've heard of screenwriters and directors doing that. George Lucas apparently would do that, to
annoy Harrison Ford.
Yeah, basically.
Well, I mean, I think a lot of stuff when I worked on Young Justice.
Here we go again. Always comes back to this.
I'm just saying is that a lot of the stuff that we did wound up on the floor, but like the pieces of it and the understand, like since we had drawn it, we knew how it affected the other drawings. So you didn't actually need to see it. You don't need to see if you have A. You don't actually need to have all the letters in between if you're going to Z.
That sounds like a Steve Ditko conversation.
A is A according to Ditko.
Yeah. Did you ever read Mr. A?
I did read Mr. A.
Joe?
Nope.
Okay.
You guys probably aren't into Platonic idealism anyway, though. That stuff is.
I'm actually reading a book, Jeff, for real.
Yes.
With pictures.
Yeah, right there is interesting. By kind of an Ayn Rand sort of lunatic. But he was a Freemason, and he was here. I'll get the book. It's really cool.
Yeah. Do you remember when I left the Unfettered Mind at your house, Dan? And you're like, "What the hell is this?" Yeah,
I love that. Where is this super cool book? So this guy, it is called The Frozen Fountain, and this he was an architect, and kind of some cool art in here, a lot of architectural theory, but it's all based on kind of that Ayn Rand sort of thinking. And
sure.
You'd probably enjoy this. He was also a Freemason. I'm very into Masonry and
other cults.
You are into cults. Well, I mean, the Freemasonry, if you want to, like, I've been doing a lot of research on hermetically, the cult of Hermes and the hermetically sealed cults, all that stuff from Egypt. And there's a lot of Freemasonry in that.
Is there?
Yeah. You should go old school if you're going to go cult.
Why are you always telling me what to do?
Just saying, you might really enjoy it.
You might enjoy the book I just pointed out.
I think I would. I would really enjoy that book.
I don't know.
You don't think Jeff would?
I don't know. I just
So Dan,
I have a hard time believing it.
So Dan, how would you rate the cult in The Vow?
I love it.
You love that cult? You think it's
I'm a huge fan of that cult.
Okay.
How is that cult different than other cults, Dan?
It's what's interesting about that one is they have some really good principles. Like they didn't, if that guy wasn't a psychopath with all the sex, it could have been a great, it could have probably helped a lot of people.
You see, I got to tell you, man, I saw The Vow, and I'm sitting there. Usually when you see these shows on cults, right, you kind of get, the leader can be, usually charismatic, and you sit there and go, okay, this is batshit crazy, but I kind of at least understand why people are coming to, some, fiery brimstone, kind of preacher kind of guy or whatever. You know, again, Jim Jones, right? Completely nuts.
Sure.
But Jim Jones, I mean, you know, you get fired up listening to Jim Jones. He's out of his mind. But, you know, this guy I didn't get. This guy, you know, listening to these teachings of his and stuff, and I'm like, he's not saying anything profound. He's just talking and making it up as he goes along. But yet I'm watching people like starry-eyed watching this guy.
They're crazy about him.
Like, you know, because he's got a genius IQ. Clearly, he's saying something that's so banal that I'm just not at that level where I can understand it yet. You know, and they're looking for the meaning in this thing, and it's like,
I'd like to know if he really was a super genius, like they said.
yeah, I mean,
something that he kept calling himself a scientist, and I'm like, does he have a scientific degree? Like, how are they determining?
yeah, I think he did of some sort. I don't know.
Well, that's something. I'll give him that then.
Yeah, maybe. Could be.
Well, I mean, it's easy to say that you have a degree, especially back in the day, without having a degree.
Yeah, well, this is pretty recent.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dan, I noticed that you're finishing the firearms first. I wonder if there's something Freudian to that.
Well, for me, that's the hardest part because I hate straight lines. I'm not a big straight line fan.
Right. Nonconformist.
Yeah. So I'm trying anything to do so I don't have to.
All right.
So I can. Oh wow, very cool. Look at that. I love that, Jeff.
There you go. Pulp Fiction. Riding the motorcycle.
Chopper.
And you're just making the whole thing like very like silhouettes and.
Thanks, Ben.
You're welcome.
Ben is taking this all very personally.
Chop, baby.
So, Joe, what's your favorite Tarantino film?
It's True Romance, without a doubt. Love True Romance. Ben, did you ever see? I mean, it's not a Tarantino film. Did you ever see Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead?
I love that film.
I've seen it.
Long time ago.
One of my favorites.
Oh my God! I mean, and the interesting thing about that, right, is that you watch that film and you go, well, it's clearly influenced by Tarantino, and it came out after True Romance, but it was actually written way before True Romance. So I wonder if Tarantino had actually seen it and if it inspired him in any way, shape, or form, because the voices are really, really similar.
It was a Miramax film, wasn't it?
I believe so. Yeah.
I wonder if Tarantino had a production hand in that.
Yeah, because I remember seeing the movie and thinking to myself, wow, Tarantino wrote this clearly, but no. So
yeah, that was a great.
I take it by your response that you didn't care for it.
No, it was a good film. Excuse me. No, I had no issues with it, but it was not one that
I've seen that movie so many times.
100 times.
I can quote that movie a million times. That's the movie I can quote. I love that movie. You know, it creates its own language.
Boat drinks.
So
clearly, Duke is a fan of it there.
Yeah, Duke's a big fan.
If Duke likes it.
What do you guys feel about calling me Duke the whole episode, just to kind of sit with it a little bit, see how it feels?
It was so hard to call you that once. I don't know that I can do it.
Yeah, I mean,
it stuck to my tongue.
You don't want to push it, do you, buddy?
You guys are really not the greatest pals.
Well,
What you got?
Put you behind your back. I guess it's the least we can do.
Yeah. I can call you Duke. Dookie.
Thanks, Jeff.
Dookie.
Duke a lot. Dukington.
Duke Earl.
You're the Duke. You guys remember that? You're a number one.
Duke of New York. What?
Duke of New York. Thank you, Ben.
Can we just shorten it to D-Pan?
No, I'm not a rapper.
I like D-Pan.
I want to be D-Pan. I think there is a D-Pan already, isn't there?
Peter Pan. You call him Peter Pan.
Right.
Actually, I'm trying to think of how often I actually even say your name.
I mean, do you pronounce my last name correctly? Probably not.
Kenosha? Is that right?
Yeah, that is right.
Point Joe. That goes on the board.
See, I pronounce it how he pronounced it before he changed his pronunciation of it.
Pardon me? I've never changed my pronunciation.
Yeah, you did.
I never have.
You introduced yourself as Panosian.
Oh, I would never.
Absolutely. 100%.
No, you probably had Dave saying that.
Maybe Dave did.
Yeah, I would never. I don't mispronounce my own name.
I don't know about that.
Okay. Yeah.
I've been calling you Panosian for years. Before
Most people do.
Pan Ocean.
Again? How do you say it, Ben?
Most people get it. I got Pinocchio when I was a kid. That was a favorite.
Joe, how did you say it?
Pan Ocean.
Pan Ocean.
Like Pan Ocean.
My dad had a calling card. It was like
It's not like you don't want to hit those syllables too hard, right? It's not like Pan Ocean. It's Pan Ocean.
It's Pan Ocean. Yeah.
Panosian.
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 No, the name stems from the name Panos.
Panos.
So, which is actually a Greek name.
Is that why you married a Greek, Dan? Because you couldn't handle an Armenian, so you came the next best thing?
Turns out we did one of those tests, and I am part Greek.
Oh.
Yeah. Most likely, the first name of my great grandfather was Panos, and so when they came to this country, Ellis Island, they couldn't pronounce the names, and they just threw an IAN like all Armenians do. It's either IAN or YAN. And,
Dan, let's just admit it. You were lying about being Armenian too.
I'm not Armenian.
You're part Armenian.
I'm from Venu, the planet Venu.
Would you like me to add your screen, Joe? Are you ready? I see you have it up there.
Oh yeah, sure. Go ahead. I mean, it's just going to piss Dan off when I show it.
Oh no, great!
Can't wait. Let's see it.
Oh, looks good.
I'm redoing the hair. No, hang on. I'm going to show you what's going to piss Dan off.
Oh yeah. Is she fighting the 88?
What was that? No, I didn't have time for that. But no, this was going to piss Dan off.
Oh, I don't like it already.
Yeah, look at
Kill, nice.
Oh, she cut. Hi, a little problem with the logo, maybe?
that.
Love it.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I'm just like swiping Dan left and right.
There you go. Excellent.
Everyone's been copying my whole.
Drives you crazy, especially when I sell these in the aftermarket and you hear the prices I get.
Oh,
It's insane.
It's painful. Painful.
Goes that?
It's painful. I can feel Joe just radiating that pain into Dan Panosian.
Yeah.
Well, no, like you guys, we've all Ben. You learned it as well too. The DPHB, as we call it now, the Dan Panosian humble brag. We've all we've all learned our lesson of exactly how that works.
Yeah. And then Joe has to hurt me every time he makes an art sale. He goes, "Guess what?
pow.
Pow, take this. Ouch."
Yeah.
And it hurts.
Hurtful.
It's
Hurtful.
very hurtful.
DPHB, man, nothing like it.
He calls me and he cries, Joe. You know what?
Don't tell him that. It's going to egg him on.
But intent.
You guys feel like answering some trivia questions about Pulp Fiction?
Not really.
All right.
Will.
Never mind.
You want us to answer him or the audience to answer him?
I'm talking to you guys.
All right. Throw it out there, man.
All right. Let me
See what I
flip
can do
through
with
what I printed up and see. First off, the question that I always wondered about: what do you guys think is in the briefcase?
Gwyneth Paltrow's head.
Yeah, it's clearly what's in the
What's in the box?
What's the other hand?
I just saw that movie the other day, so it's like fresh in my mind.
Yeah. So upsetting.
Yeah.
If I said I don't know, would you hold it against me?
No.
You know, there's the thing about being Marcellus's soul. Yeah, that.
I always liked that one.
Yeah, but it never seems to have the right reaction. You know, like when they open it and look at, and is that what I think it is? I mean, no one's going to look at his soul and go, "Is that what I think it is?" I don't think. But,
Well, I mean, if it's his soul, then that means he sold it. Like he sold it. So who did he sell it to? But also, like, what else would glow like that?
a light.
The Ark of the Covenant?
A
The Ark-
light.
yeah, obviously. That's what the Hebrews thought.
Yeah, I mean, there's. I don't know. Tarantino always answers it as it's whatever the audience wants it to be. You know,
Right, which I always
I
thought
know.
was. I mean, I'm annoyed by that.
Why?
Just tell us what it is.
concrete. You want an answer?
You know what? I totally get it because there is nothing he could say that is going to be big enough for what you hope the answer would be. You know what I mean? It's no matter
I'm
what.
gonna throw this out there. I never really cared.
Hmm.
It didn't
I
bother
think.
me.
Well, I mean, what
It's
do
like a-
what
It's
do
a
Jackson
MacGuffin.
and
Nobody
Travolta
cares
think they're looking at?
what it is. What?
What do you think Jackson and Travolta? What do they think they're looking at? They have to have something in their mind, even though they're just looking at a light.
Again, I don't care.
Probably we're just looking at a light.
Of course, they were just looking at a light. But what
They're
do they?
looking at royalties. That's what they're
What do they?
looking
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. The bit about Marcellus's soul, I think initially when I first saw the film, and that was kind of the prevailing theory going around in those days, kind of always worked, especially because he's got the Band-Aid on the back of his neck and whatnot.
Yeah. The soul comes out, blah blah blah. Right?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's more, is it the Holy Grail or something tangible rather than a soul.
How is the
perhaps.
Holy Grail more tangible than a soul?
Well, it's a physical object. Like if you open the briefcase and there's a glittering chalice in there, or
Okay,
something like
fair enough.
I think it's
Yeah.
uranium.
that makes sense for somebody to go, is that what I think that is?
Right. All right.
It's uranium. They're trafficking uranium.
You think they're? I mean, that's definitely possible.
Totally possible.
So, next question.
Oh, that actually wasn't even on the list. That's just I've always wondered about that. So before I even get to the list, do you think that he shot the kid in the face on purpose, or was it really an accident?
It's an accident.
It's clear.
I don't know.
He hit a bump.
He does hit a bump, but his finger shouldn't be on the trigger in the first
There
place.
was no bump. It was clearly an accident.
Yeah, it's. I'd say it's accidental. Doesn't seem to be any reason for him to shoot him on purpose in the vehicle.
Can I make a confession?
Sure.
Sometimes I want to shoot Dan in the face.
Wait a minute,
Wow.
guys.
By accident.
Oh, well, that makes more sense.
Hit a bump.
The accident part makes more sense. I can live with that.
Right. It's only fair. Hitting a bump. I mean, it happens. We've all hit bumps in life, so to speak.
Yeah.
Pronouncing Dan's name.
Poor Marvin.
All right. Yep. Yeah, poor Marvin.
And Ocean. Man. Just rolls off the tongue, doesn't
It
it?
does.
One thing that bothered me about Marvin getting shot in the face, though, is at the very end of that scene when they're throwing the stuff in the trunk to leave the house,
Yeah.
and the body's in there. Phil Lamar's face is basically intact, sitting there. It's like he has exploded all over the back of this car.
Right.
It's
Have you guys ever exploded in the back of a car?
well,
Rude.
yeah,
I was
it's kind
asking.
of a personal discussion.
All right. Let's see about more questions.
What's the point of these questions?
To fill space.
It's killing time.
Just kill time. What's the point of life, Joe? Kill time. Just to kill time until we get off this spinning ball.
Wow, that's dark.
Oh, Jeff.
You've been hanging out with Ben too long there.
Right. Ben, I think Ben and I are simpatico when we think about all life is pain and we're just waiting till it's over.
Yes, the tree of woe.
Yeah, right. It's the wheel of pain.
Explains a lot.
Oh, it's what the Buddha said. It's all suffering.
Yeah, they would know.
That's true.
You love suffering.
Well, we can talk about anything you guys want to talk about.
I remember you got a little. You put a lot of work into this.
Well, I printed stuff up. I thought that.
Hit me, man. Hit me.
All right.
If we don't do this, Jeff, I'm hearing hell about it tomorrow.
From whom? From Dave?
By the way, this Pulp Fiction trivia is the real reason Dave decided to come.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Let's switch over to Dave to trivia about Dave.
Oh God.
Dave trivia.
You have Dave trivia?
Dave is probably watching right now.
Chances are.
He's working on his deadline. He's probably watching.
Well, let's be honest. A trivia question. Did you guys know that it's called a Royale with cheese? Did you know it was because of the metric system, or were you surprised by the answer?
Well, I understood that the quarter pounder wouldn't make sense because of the metric system.
Sure.
So, yeah, I
I
guess
can accept the Royale with cheese. I don't know. A lot of people seem to have.
I would like to order a Royale with cheese.
I would like to get a beer at McDonald's.
I think you can do that in the States in some places now.
Really?
I think so.
Where?
I couldn't tell you offhand. I know you can do it at some Burger Kings and some Taco Bells. So
Really?
yeah.
Nice.
Huh.
When I was in Wales doing a show in my hotel, there was a beer vending machine at the end of the hall.
Is that true?
It's like I died and gone to heaven.
What's there any
Rails.
There were really good beers in it too.
Did they have a born on date?
They have a lot of
What was that, Dan?
Did they have a born on date?
A born on date? No.
Jeff doesn't drink Anheuser-Busch products.
Oh God.
Hey, Dave, I've been seeing. Dave, Jesus, wow, Ben, I've been seeing that Anheuser-Busch Nitro beer that you were raving about.
Have you found it out there?
I've been seeing it advertised lately. I cannot seem to find it in the store.
You can't find it?
Yeah.
So it's a nitro like
Guinness.
like a Guinness, but it's a Busch.
It's Budweiser.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it worthwhile?
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely got a nice mouthfeel and everything that you get from that nitro pop. It's different. It tastes like Budweiser, but it feels different, I guess. It's the best way to describe it.
Gotcha.
But yeah.
Are you a Bud Lime fan?
God, no.
Oh, God.
I will admit that that I will enjoy a Bud Lime. There's just something about it. It's so different than the other beers I normally
Really?
drink. Oh yeah.
Are you still in college?
I've had to gut through learning to drink Bud Light. You know.
Was there a test? Why did you have to learn to do that?
Well, because lack of
Arrogant.
calories eventually, as you get older, you start to worry about those kind of things. And
Sure.
you're drinking, 36 of them in a day.
Yeah,
So,
I hear you.
but Bud Light, not great. But Bud Lime, I can't imagine how terrible that tastes. So,
It's more like drinking a weird soda than a beer.
mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how those seltzer things that are, all the kids are drinking these days. Not a fan
Well,
of various
Speaking, since we are doing a Pulp Fiction thing, you guys, and I'll bring it back to Bruce Willis. Do you remember his Seagram's wine cooler commercials?
I can't say that I do.
Where he played the harmonica in his little band, the Seagram's wine coolers. You guys don't remember that?
Oh my God, yeah, I remember, sure.
Blanking those out.
Man, it's classic Bruce.
What do you think of his new Die Hard battery commercials?
Oh, well, I mean, clearly he's got bills to pay. I just watched all 3 Expendable movies in a row.
Oh God.
And you lived?
I think I'm dumber than I was.
Yeah. Like what on earth?
Jeff,
Jeff, even in the situation I've been, in, desperate for entertainment, I would not be watching all three Expendables.
I have to say that I like because they're on I forget, Netflix or Amazon or whatever. So I put the first one on to have in the background because I'm like, what's this all about? And then
was it the first time you've seen them?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe that's, I guess, acceptable. Maybe.
Jeff, do you watch while you draw?
Yeah, I have stuff on in the background.
Okay, because you're always talking about stuff you've seen. I'm like, where does he have the time?
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I mostly when I said scene, I'm probably just listening and looking over when something is blowing up,
Right.
or when it sounds interesting. But yeah, no. I get lonely, so I have TV on in the background.
Right. Yeah, we worry about you because you're lonely.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think melancholy is just sort of something that all artists have to deal with. All humans, really.
Not me. Good.
Well,
Really?
I'm pretty happy, Jeff.
You're pretty happy, Dan.
I'm a happy guy.
Well,
Okay.
happier than some,
Fair enough.
you know, like Lenny and Mice and Men.
It's just-
When I was in honesty, when I was starting out, you know, especially during the winter months, man, I would get so miserable, and then I realized it was like discovered seasonally affected depression.
Oh yeah.
It just wasn't enough sunlight coming in, you know. And once I figured that out, that was a big help. Or those, you know, UV lights that you know, mimic daylight kind of thing.
Do you have one of those?
Was that?
Do you have one of those?
Not anymore, no, because now I have windows.
Oh, smart.
But, you know, back in the day, I was, you know, kind of working in a cave kind of situation.
Right.
Not fun. So,
Yeah.
An interesting audience question, if you guys want to take one.
Sure.
Yeah, I'd love to.
And we could
Sorry
maybe,
about
this was directed at Dan, but maybe all of you could answer it.
Well, I don't think it's for me. So, guys, butt out.
Mm-hmm. Dan, what Tarantino movie would you have liked to have done a poster for?
I'd like to have done a poster for.
The one sheet, yeah.
Oh, man. I mean, I like True Romance. That's one of my favorites. But Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, I really dug. That would have been fun.
I figured. It's what I figured.
Yeah, I would have.
Not Hateful Eight? I thought you really liked Hateful Eight.
What?
Didn't you really like Hateful Eight?
It's a nice homage to, you know, Once Upon a Time in the West. It's not one of my favorites.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of it. Jeff, what film would you like to have done a poster for, Jeff?
You know, he actually has really good posters. I think maybe Django would have been a fun one to do a poster for, but I think Pulp Fiction is probably my favorite. Oh, Adam Yellow. Nice work, Joe.
Joe, would you like to do a poster?
Wow, look at that. Awesome.
right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm torn between going white or doing the yellow. I don't know. I know Dan's answer to that. Always
Yellow.
Yeah,
Always the yellow.
A little bit of, you know, try some graphic stuff here. See what happens.
Cool.
So, where's the rest of the trivia, guys? Come on.
Yeah, come on.
Oh,
Jeff.
all right. Well, I mean, you guys didn't seem to be really interested in the trivia. I thought
Oh, I'm
maybe.
interested.
It's not about Jeff. It's not about us. It's never been about us.
It's about servicing the fans, Jeff. Again
I
and
don't
again
service-
and again. Just servicing them
Right.
over and over and over again.
All right. Fair enough. Let me flip through and see if I can't find something interesting.
Keeping, servicing them.
What music do Butch and Fabian ride off to on Zed's chopper?
Oh,
That's a tough one, Jeff. You're really.
Yeah, what music? What? I even say it's a theme song. What theme song?
Busting surfboards, but I don't think that's it. I can't remember.
Dan?
I have no idea.
Twilight Zone.
That's right. I did know that.
Wonder why.
Damn it, Jeff.
Well, because I'll tell you why, Dan. Tarantino thought that would be the last scene of the movie.
It is the last scene of the movie.
Yeah.
Chronologically speaking.
Right. All right.
That.
It? Wait,
I'm feeling it tonight, guys.
Yeah. All right.
You got it, Jeff.
See.
what are you? For God's sake, man!
Listen.
Don't you have these bolted at this point?
No. I just printed up a bunch. Well, I'm skipping over the ones that are so easy, that are dumb.
That you know would offend me.
Yeah, that you're just gonna go like, oh, right. And these are all too easy. All right. Yep. Nope. Those are all too easy. What? So we know Honey Bunny. What's Honey Bunny's boyfriend's name?
Pumpkin.
Yeah. All right. See, too easy.
It's your name.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're the only one paying attention. I'm sure Dan wouldn't have gotten that.
We already. Dan is busy drawing away like a fiend.
Right.
He's
Like
aiming
hair.
girls.
So Ben, what have you been watching? Anything? What have you been doing lately? You've been.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of Netflix entertainment lately. Just finished the latest season of The Crown. Which, Gillian Anderson's portrayal of Margaret Thatcher may be one of the most painful things I've ever watched in my life.
Okay, that's not very nice.
Is her accent no good?
Her accent, her voice is, Thatcher had that cadence that was weird to her talking. She had a very, almost like Willie Nelson singing to music. She just paused where there had to be no pause for any reason. And she tries to get that, but her voice impersonation is just brutal and
You like it or you don't like it? What do you
painful to listen to. It's horrible. Horrible, I say.
Listen, Ben knows his stature.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, I wonder how
I-
many people watching, if there is anyone watching, who even remember what Thatcher sounded like.
I wouldn't care if it sounded like Thatcher or not, just what it sounds like.
It's interesting. Have you seen her in is it Broadchurch? Yeah, Broadchurch.
I have not.
She plays a British detective. I thought her acting was pretty good.
It's not the accent. It's just the
It's her
voice.
Thatcher.
It's her Thatcher.
So basically, you don't like Gillian Anderson's Thatcher.
the sound of the voice is atrocious. her characters and mannerisms.
Sorry. Oh, yeah. I thought that was a euphemism.
Who knew that you were a Thatcher purist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a big Thatcher purist, Jeff.
It's hard not to be,
I mean, I guess that's true. I guess we all are on some level.
Yes, I do prefer Streep's Thatcher. Yeah, yes.
All right. So here comes the massive Sharpie.
Okay, let's see it. Let's see what you're gonna do with it.
Oh man, here he goes.
The BMF Sharpie. Man.
Dan is jealous of my Kill Bill, so he's up in his game. He's bringing out the
I'm
big.
just doing anything I can now to.
He just wants the attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's whipping out the big ones now.
Well, that's reasonable.
Yeah, it happens. All right, look at that.
No yellow?
Well, it's got to be yellow in the background, right? Oh, look at that. Nice.
Oh, don't show that. Can we not keep showing that?
Man, that logo is perfectly placed.
Every time we draw something, we don't have to show it.
Yeah.
You kind of lose it.
Yeah, what do you think I'll sell this one for?
Something about that logo just looks inspiring.
I don't know if it's gonna hit death numbers, but
perhaps it should.
a couple of bucks at least.
Yeah.
Now, will
It
you
is a
take
nice
this
piece.
to finish, Joe, and finish it out like for real?
For real? If someone offers me good money for it, I will. Yeah. That's usually the way it goes. Yeah.
You just got to print it on the laser printer.
What was that?
Just print it out on the laser printer and sign it.
No, I mean it depends. It depends. I would probably print it, just print it regular black and white, and then just light boxing ink it.
How would you make it yellow?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, well, that's a different story. If it was a color piece,
Yeah.
that's a whole other thing. No, I'm just talking black and white. Yeah.
It's a piece of another color.
You're on fire today, man.
I tell you.
It's still good, man.
That's still real good.
He's in the zone, I'd say.
It's on fire. Fire.
Lack of oxygen. Yeah, that's curious. Yeah, on digital pieces like that, Joe. When you work digital, how often do you end up going back and making it a
thing?
A full piece, a render, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, I mean, again, it depends. If I'm doing, if this was like a Marvel piece, well, yeah, it's gonna be penciled eventually. I wouldn't be this crazy tight on it. But the stuff I do in Drink and Draw, I generally finish unless somebody asks me to finish it. Or if I just want to do it as a challenge, just see, let me see what I can do with this thing.
Let me see if I can annoy Dan.
That's always a plus.
I tell you, that's one of the main reasons I started going to Drink and Draw.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons I hang out with Dan, period.
Oh yeah, just to watch his face turn red.
Yeah, there's so much joy in that.
Poor Dan.
Now, would you consider maybe putting a white line through that or not, where the crack is, or is that going to look ugly?
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, I guess it wouldn't work. Look, can you scroll back? Let's see.
Where are you looking?
I was thinking
You're talking about putting a white line in?
I'm sorry, what are you asking me, Dan?
I don't know. I'm taking it back.
Yeah, what was it? Serious?
I just think it might be interesting if the bottom half, where the little bit of the KIL comes all the way down from where she's sliced, was white, and then you'd get the curve of her Jeet Kune Do keister and a bit of the leg. You could still put in yellow, and then I don't know, just an idea.
Almost as there was a white line through the whole piece.
No, the whole bottom half is white.
Oh.
Okay, I'm not understanding you. So
maybe I'll
what are you saying? So are you talking about? Hang on a second. Sorry, that's not what I wanted.
Whoa.
Are you talking about everything from? Oh, come on. You're talking from like everything from this point down to be white? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea because then her silhouette would stand out better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
You'd lose her ankles, though.
What was that?
Lose what?
You'd lose her ankles.
That's okay. I mean, I'm losing a lot of stuff here. I mean, the other thing I could do is I could also just move her. I could move her a little bit to my right. All right. So let's see if let me grab these layers here. We got way too many freaking layers. Up there. Let's move this yellow.
And your issue is you don't want to lose her buttocks.
So we could do that if need be. But I kind of liked where she was placed. It just felt better with the logo. But I'll try the white thing. You never know.
I don't know. It could work. It could be a disaster.
Dan, I'm you know me. I'm always open to ideas.
Experimenter.
Part of the problem is you humor him like this, Joe.
That's okay. What I'm also doing is proving him wrong. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's going to go, look how it didn't work, Dan.
See, this was dumb. I knew it was dumb, but I did it
why
anyway.
I'm Joe Quesada and you're not.
No, hey, you never know.
Jeff, how's your
text like that?
I will show you if you want to see it.
Let's see the
What do you
choker.
think?
Whoa. It's really coming out nice.
Yeah,
Wow, nice.
it's coming along.
You can really see her pot belly in that.
Right? Oh, so cute. All right.
Oh,
Let's see if I can get this mouth right.
The mouth.
You got
All right. Here's a question, Ben.
Yeah. Hit me.
You're a Tarantino fan. What was Tim Roth? He's Pumpkin in
It's interesting.
Pulp Fiction. What is he in Reservoir Dogs?
Shit. Not Mr. Pink.
No.
God. Can't remember.
He's Mr. Orange.
Orange. Did you know that Vincent Vega and shit. They're supposed to be brothers. The guy in Reservoir Dogs, the Vega.
Oh yeah.
Madsen's character.
Gotcha.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You are really into this, Ben.
See, trivia. There's trivia. It can be fun. Trivia can be fun, Joe.
These movies came out when I was in college, so I spent a lot of time, sitting around drinking and watching VHS copies of them.
Oh, VHS. Yeah.
And VHS is one of those things you just watch the whole thing. You just flip it in, let it roll. So.
Yeah, just have it on the background.
Yeah. Yep. Pulp Fiction. 4 Rooms was another one I watched a lot. I don't know if you guys remember that one.
I never saw the whole thing.
It's kind of tries to be like Pulp Fiction with the jump around plot lines and whatnot. Doesn't land as well, but it's nice. Bruce Willis had a good role in that one. Yeah, I watched a lot of Pulp Fiction. Shawshank came out the same day as Pulp Fiction. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah. It's
Which one did you see more, Shawshank or Pulp Fiction?
I have 100% seen Shawshank more than Pulp Fiction.
I see Shawshank. Yeah, I can't tell you. I've at least 100 times I've watched.
Yeah. Shawshank's one of those movies, like every time you would click on HBO, it would be on. And
right.
It didn't matter where in the film you were. You just kind of sit down and watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Shawshank may be, the best movie made in the last 40 years. It's
bold claim.
An outstanding film.
Well, it's certainly
there's no weakness in it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, you're right. Anytime it's on, you can stop and watch the whole film.
It's a little bit like me.
You can stop and watch Dan all the way through.
Not Dan, Duke.
Oh, you're right. My bad.
Yeah,
Sorry, Duke.
You're right.
Dookie.
Should it be Duke or the Duke?
The Duke. The Duke has more gravitas.
See, all I can think of is the scene in Caddyshack with the baby Ruth in the pool.
Yeah. Oh.
Another
Rodney Dangerfield. Caddyshack's another movie I've seen a million times.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
My dad never liked you.
Do you do drugs, Danny? Yeah, it's a quality film.
I like it.
Yeah, top notch.
The Mary Tyler Moore Show, in my opinion.
I'm on mute, Dan, now.
Mary Tyler Moore.
Well, I don't know that I've honestly seen a whole lot of the Mary Tyler Moore Show.
We're missing out too. That was a great show.
I'm a young man.
Great show.
I'm not as aged as some of the folks on this show.
You never had Nick at Night?
I did have Nick at Night, but I watched like Donna Reed and Mr. Ed on that.
Oh, Mr. Ed, classics.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, it looks like we're heading towards that time of the night.
Looks like we're heading towards chorizo time.
It's chorizo time.
It's the chorizo hour.
Yeah.
We're heading towards the chorizo hour, people. So
I mean, if you didn't know, it's chorizo time.
Do you guys think that Jeff has another podcast about chorizo?
he definitely has one. I mean, come on.
I'm very much into cured meats.
Yeah.
I have a blog about various salamis that you guys would really dig.
Hey, now.
Well, we saw some traffic that way.
Yeah.
I look at her to you referred as the Salami King, so I guess it makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeff, Salami King. Yeah, I'm getting bored of this.
Not Abe Froman.
Yeah, I'm going to digitally rip this one up like you ripped up your other one the other day.
I think that one's great. I love the composition on that one, Joe. Nice work.
A little boring.
Yeah.
There's no boring pieces, just boring artists.
Just boring
I think it
artists.
captures the feeling of the film quite nicely.
No.
Which one?
Yeah. All of them, really.
Kill Bill piece captures the picture perfectly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if we're going to sign off, Jeff, you should probably pop yours up one more.
All right. What do you guys? This is. There we go.
Nice.
Bitmapped. Did you bitmap it? Oh, there you go.
Did I bitmap it? No. There you go.
I like it.
Yeah.
You go on a limb and say I like it.
I mean, any reason to draw a chopper?
You can't see the
Any
watch.
part of the
That's
chopper?
my only critique is you can't see the watch.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Okay,
I'll have
so
to add a
Ben,
little hint of it in there.
Ben, which Christopher Walken scene was the best?
Between True Romance and Pulp Fiction?
Yeah.
Romance, Pulp Fiction, or Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead. Any scene from Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead.
I might have to go with True Romance just because of Harvey Keitel. It's nothing else.
Man.
Yeah, that is a remarkable scene.
They're
Things to Do in Denver scenes are crazy.
Yeah.
Who plays a nurse in that? His private nurse?
Oh yeah. I don't know who plays the nurse, but she's
who plays the nurse?
Jenny McCarthy.
Who?
Jenny McCarthy.
Oh really?
Yeah. She's in 11, Jimmy. She's a planet unto herself. Great.
We should do a Christopher Walken episode.
Oh,
How?
More cowbell.
Yeah, needs more cowbell. I'll do his speech from the rundown.
Christopher Walken's one of those guys that you wonder, has he just kind of become a parody unto himself?
it doesn't matter.
He can't be anything beyond Christopher Walken, and he does it extremely. It's like Sean Connery. Okay, Sean Connery was Sean Connery. Didn't matter what role he was. He was Sean Connery.
Yeah, I mean, young Walken was less affected. I saw The Dead Zone recently again. It's a great movie. And even Deer Hunter, it's a different Walken than when he kind of found the Walken in his Walken.
Yeah, watching him tap dance is one of my favorite.
Oh, that was amazing. That was really good.
All right, guys, I have to go eat. I'm done.
All right, what do you have? Is it eggs?
That happens.
Might I suggest some delicious meat?
Some chorizo.
Some chorizo.
Yeah, I think it's left over.
There we go.
All right, gang, this was fun.
It was okay.
All right, Ben. Enough.
Let's see.
So I'll finish this one up on the next show, and we'll send that out to whoever answers whatever trivia question we throw their way.
It's very trippy.
Thank you.
It's trivial.
It's trivial. All right, gentlemen, have a great night.
I assume we're not
So
going to
next
do a
week
show
is
next week.
Thanksgiving, right?
Thanksgiving next week, yeah. So,
Yeah.
All right. Yep.
so
We
we'll
get
see you guys in December.
All right.
Wait.
Be safe.
All right. Take care, everyone. Thanks for joining us this evening.
Yeah, guys.
Little